everyone. Welcome to my weekly messages. I'm Jelaila Starr. Today the topic is about the timelines changing and the new information coming out about the timelines. Not just the ones I've talked about for several years that the Niveroans have discussed, but the artificial timelines that were created by our government. So, and what they're going to be doing, which is the cool thing. These are interesting times. Anyway, I got this email just recently, and it's by a guy by the name of Daniel. He was someone who was intimately involved in what they call the Phoenix 3 portion of the Montauk Project. Phoenix 3 had to do with time travel and learning to manipulate time. And this is something that the government did in their efforts to see if they could control time or change it. In the process of doing it, they developed what was considered a artificial timeline. And we have been on that timeline for 23 years. Now, this timeline would result in, us becoming an enslaved society and the powers that be controlling us, and we would all be microchipped and plugged into a computer and the whole thing. Well, as you know, that has not occurred. But we never understood why it had not occurred. Well, this is what's so exciting. For years I've been talking about how we can impact the timeline, how we can, through our emotional clearing, how we can alter time. We can alter events. Well, there's this paper that I'm going to give you the link to, and I want you to read, because here it is scientifically spelled out how this artificial timeline that the powers that be created, which would have led to us having the horrific future that was prophesied. Armageddon and the 4 horses of the apocalypse and all that stuff. That timeline has been altered by us, and we did it through our emotional clearing and our unity consciousness. Every time we agreed to come together and work together, that impacted that timeline. But what he didn't talk about was how our emotional clearing also helps to impact the timeline, which was okay because maybe he didn't know about that. But what he's saying is that, bottom line, what you've been doing to heal yourself, what you've been doing to work for the good of the planet's healing, all that effort has paid off because that catastrophic timeline ended in 2008. Now, there was another timeline that they also created, both of these with the help of ET technology. And that timeline also had a catastrophic ending for us, the average person. It would have been involving the depopulation of millions of people on the planet. That one supposedly ended in 2009. So where does that leave us in regards to our timelines? Well, it leaves us on the original timeline that we were on with our evolution. But just like anytime something jumps in and influences what's going on, you're always different. Like you're going along through your life and you meet somebody and that person is very difficult and you really struggle. Maybe you're married to them for several years. But when you come out of that and you continue on your life, you are not the same. Well, we are not the same as a result of those artificially created timelines that we were steered off of, and that we had to use our unity consciousness and our emotional clearing to get off of and get back where we're supposed to be. We're different. We're like at a higher level, but we're back on track. So where does that leave us at the end of 2012, or as of December 21st, when we cross the galactic equator? Right now, as I understand it, we are on our original timeline, but at a higher level. We're more evolved than we would have been without those incidents. See, the dark ultimately serves the light. But what we can be after 1221 is what's important. We can be an even higher level. And that's because if we step up our clearing now, if we work to create peace now, even more than ever, then we're going to be at an even higher level than we would have been if we had just continued on as we are right now, which we're doing good right now. So with that said, I think that explains why I got the message earlier last week to start my session special and put out a special message about, hey guys, we only have 37 days till we end this timeline. And this sense of urgency, I don't know if you felt it, but I felt it. This sense of urgency is this is the last big push. This is our last big opportunity to have such a huge quantum leap in our ascension and our evolution as a species. And, you know, don't be distracted by it. Don't be distracted by Christmas. Don't be distracted by, you know, whether you're going to get the latest iPhone or anything like that. None of that's going to really matter. What's going to matter is how much did you clear? How much peace did you create? So with that said, I hope you'll stay focused. I'm going to stay focused on that and not let the day-to-day stuff distract me. I'm still going to have fun, but I am really going to call on my guides to help me find peace or make peace with anybody in my life that I have not made peace with. I've got a brother that I've kind of been on the outs with over something that happened. And I'm going to put it out to my guides that get healed, that somehow he and I get back together and we clear that issue. So that my goal is that when 12/21 comes, I'm at peace with every member of my family. I have no conflicts with anybody. I have worked through every disagreement that I can. That is my goal. So if we all do that, imagine the quantum leap we're going to have at the end of this timeline, 12/21. So that's it for today. Just food for thought. I'll get you these links. Go read the information. I think you'll find it fascinating. All right. Take care. Bye.